I'm delighted to be joined by Phil and Tom, who I suppose you have a wealth of experience at Europeans. I think there's 11 European Championships between you. Did you know that?
No.
Tom, you did 6. Phil, you did 5. Can you remember your first one, Phil?
2014 in Zurich for me anyway.
Yeah. Tom?
No, that was 2012 in Zurich. No, what was 2012?
Oh, jeez, let me go back to
Helsinki.
Helsinki, 2012.
Helsinki.
Jesus, Tom, I was with you there.
No, that was Amsterdam, 2016.
2016, yeah.
Helsinki, I think.
2012.
Do you just want to come up here, Seamus?
We nearly have a 4x4 mixed team here. So we're looking for our final leg runner, so if anyone wants to volunteer, you have to be
Liam
female.
standing, Liam, ready?
Sorry, Liam, female only.
Right. The video. Yes, we have to play a video.
I'm one of the older members of our team. At 32, coming through this sport, there's youngsters coming into our team, and I'm seeing the next generation of athletes that everybody back home is going to be watching, and I see them as an inspiration. But for me personally, it's the grassroots right from we were youngsters. It's my first steps in a cross-country course, realising that I had a bit of a talent in this sport. It was the journey through youths, juniors, into seniors.
You know what, coming out into the stadium, hearing all the Irish fans when my name is called, it makes such a difference. I don't know if they understand the impact they're giving us athletes by just being here, by buying tickets, by flying out, by showing their support. It all plays its part, and I really appreciate it because it gives me so much motivation.
The Irish fans always turn up. I didn't expect anything less, so yeah, it's just amazing.
Of course, it's always great being out with the lads. It can be lonely doing the individual events. It's always great having the team come out here and just represent Ireland. So
any time to wear the Irish vest is always immensely proud. So
this is really, really special. Look, I know I'm coming towards the end of my career. These guys are only starting their flourishing career, and this team has been on a serious journey. There's a huge amount of depth in 400 metre running in Ireland at the moment, and a big thanks to everybody that has been a big part of that journey thus far, and also Jack and Sophie who warmed up with us today.
I actually can't believe we had 3 Irish women in the top 12 400s in Europe for this champs. I don't think we've ever had that.
Silver medalist, Ireland!
Everywhere you go, you see tricolours, you see people in green. They're absolutely fantastic, and both myself and all of the athletes on the team can't thank them enough for all the support that they give us.
Pretty good, isn't it? Might just start on that because obviously you both were there. When you watch something like that, Phil, how does it make you feel?
It's actually crazy, and it's crazy to think that it's already 2 years, and for us Rome was really, really magical, obviously with the mixed team winning gold and the women's winning silver. But as Rashida said there, when we crossed the line, the amount of Irish people in the stadium, the amount of Irish flags, it was just so special to obviously win a medal, but then to share it with everybody as well, and they're there supporting you. So yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
And Tom, is it hard to believe it's 24 months ago?
Yeah, it's completely flown around to the point that I'm still telling people, I'm not that long retired. I'm only a couple of months or a year or whatever. It's no, it's 2 years. Yeah, but like Phil said, and like Rashida and Ciara said there on the tape, it's unbelievable to see the support. And just chatting to Seamus there, how many people are heading out this time, Seamus? 1,300 Irish are heading out, and that's something I haven't really missed the sport, the torture and everything that goes with it. Hearing that does make me miss it just a little bit.
Yeah, Seamus is going to join us in a little bit later on to explain a little bit more. When you I suppose, the retirement, Phil, over the last couple of months, you were at Nationals. Was it weird being there and not been on the track?
Do you know what? I was actually so at peace with my decision of retiring, but when it came to the women's 200 and the women's 400, I was sick with nerves. It's actually worse watching than it is competing, because you know there was so much on the line, and you don't want the athletes to feel the disappointment, because you know what that disappointment feels like. So I suppose it was strange, but yeah, you just still, like, I'd be glued to every single race, all the rankings, road to Birmingham, everything. But like, you just want the best for the athletes, and at the end of the day, they're your teammates. So no, from like an athlete perspective, did I feel I was missing out? Absolutely not, because as Tom says, I've enough of that torture done as well. But no, just to see the athletes, you just want them to get the performance that they're looking for.
Yeah, we'll touch on kind of the preview and kind of who we're looking out for next week. But go back to your very first Europeans, 400-meter hurdles, obviously.
Yeah.
Nerves, because we have a few people now on this team. It's their first championships. They've been brought in. You know, what does that feel like? What's the emotions of it all?
This is the one that I couldn't remember now. Helsinki, and they're asking me to try and remember it. But no, it's funny. Me and Jesse actually it was our first championships together. So both of us were in the 400-meter hurdles, and everybody was complaining about where the warm-up track was, because you had to walk basically a kilometre underground to get from the warm-up track to the stadium. And we thought, there'd be golf buggies, but it was this tunnel that wasn't big enough for a golf buggy, so we had to walk. And everyone was giving out about it, but I knew no different. So I went into the championships completely fresh and just like, okay, this is just completely normal. And I remember being so excited going to the championships, entering the stadium the day before, doing my last training session on the training track, and then just actually looking forward to getting out and running. And I probably got more nervous for events as there was expectation piled on. So back then I was very fresh, very naive, and just really enjoying it. And it's a part of my career that I kind of nearly had to try and get back to when the nerves were kind of piling on as I got a little bit older. Just to enjoy it.
Did you ever think you were going to have the career that you did?
Not a chance. No. I never thought it would go to the heights that it did. And it's funny because even as I was growing up, like Jessie, my older sister, was the athlete. And I was just her younger brother. And it was funny, the first time I ever got introduced as Thomas, and then Jessie was my sister. That was when I thought, hold on a second, this is turning around here. But she was a huge role model for me. She showed me the ropes, showed me how to act on the world stage, and also made it very normal for me as well, So it was nice to have her by my side.
And just go back to the video there, like Rome, as you kind of phrased yourself, it was magical, it was amazing. The whole support, I was there myself watching you guys, and it was a privilege to be in the stadium that night. But just talk us through the emotion of that silver medal, and watching the race unfold as part of the relay team, and just seeing what might happen.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I suppose you run the heat the previous day, and that's where all the pressure is, because we didn't have Rashida, and poor Kelly had to drop out last minute, so Charlene was drafted in. And like, the expectation is on the team to get to that final. So I remember you always said to me before, when you get to the final, that's when you can enjoy yourself. So we went out there. We had so much fun in the warm-up. Like, the girls get on so well together. And maybe I was a bit naive going into the championships. I didn't realise we were a medal hope until we had ran the heats and we were one of the fastest qualifiers. But yeah, to go out there knowing that you're in the position to win a medal, is obviously the pressure then on the leg. And anytime I get the baton, I'm always in a final, I'm getting it from Rashida. So then there's the extra pressure because there's guarantee you're either in first or second. So you obviously have to try and maintain that and not let the team down as well. So I do feel the pressure in that regard, but then to just see that you're in that medal position when Charlene is coming around the last 200 metres, and knowing what it means to the team, the subs, the personal coaches, and all the support staff involved, and then of course the supporters as well, that you can enjoy it with them. Yeah, it was amazing. Tom, you've obviously made the podium as an individual back in 2018. Berlin, talk us through that. That was a special moment for you. It was kind of one of those things that eluded me for a while. Like, I had a medal from the World University Games, but as my agent even said, he was like giving out to me that I went to that instead of a Diamond League because I could have made him some money. I said, no, I want to go and get a medal. He's like, that's only in our Mickey Mouse Championships. But it was my opportunity to go out against some of the world's best and do it. But the Europeans, World Championships and Olympics, they're a different gravy. And I remember coming down, I was in good shape in 2018, and I was confident with it.
So I knew I could get to the final. Well, actually, that was the year I had a bye into the semi-final, so there was a lot of pressure on the semi. And got into the final. And then, like you said, Phil, you can have fun in the final. That's the hard part, is getting to it. And I was so relaxed all day, to the point that I was like a hyper kid all day, wanting to get out and run, because it was a late nighttime race.
You don't strike me as a lad that gets tense or stressed.
Behind the scenes sometimes. But yeah, and I was chomping at the bit to get running. And I just had my race plan ready to go. I had visualised every single iteration of where I was going to be in the race. And out in lane 8, I was on my own. I was running blind. I just had to try and trust myself and just kind of put myself at ease. No, the training is done. You're in good shape. Just go and have fun. Give it a lash. So I went out like the clappers, hoping I could put myself in a good position. And I remember coming around the bend, and I still, at about 150 to go, couldn't see anybody in my peripherals. I was like, oh shit, where am I here? Sorry, am I in first? Am I in second? Where am I? And then I could see Karsten Warholm kind of coming in, and I could hear his footsteps as he went over hurdle 7 and hurdle 8. Then I could see Capello, the Turkish athlete, coming into my peripheries as well. And I thought, okay, I'm in third here. And then I could feel Ludwig Vaillant, the French guy in lane 7, right beside me, coming into the home straight. And I know I have a strong finish. And I'm not generally cocky, but in my mind, I said, you are mine. And I said, this medal is coming home with me. So I just went for the finish, nailed the last 2 hurdles, actually got hurdle 10 on my wrong leg. And Healy said, you can never say to me you have a bad leg, after I finished the race. So yeah, it was really, really special just to see it all come together. And that's where last year in Rome, or 2 years, 2 years ago in Rome, when we were saying these moments don't come around that often. No. You know, medals do not come around that often. It was 6 years since the last time I stood on a podium. So it was really, really special to be able to finish my career on that. And I'm very, very lucky to have been able to do that.
And did you believe, in the call room when you're all together, it's the European final, did you believe amongst yourselves that, the gold medal was there for you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We were quietly confident, 100%. But we also knew, because we were all very experienced athletes, we knew we couldn't just go along on confidence and hopes and dreams. We all had a job to do. We all had to nail our parts of our job in order for it to come through, because we weren't out and out favourites that we could just jog around. And it's so nice when everybody is in good form, in good shape, on the ball, on the day, and that's the results that you get then, Yeah.
It's amazing, and even as the pair of you are talking, I think everyone in this room, you're reliving those images, those races in our minds, which is incredible. And I suppose the shift now is into next week, and it's Birmingham, and you're at Nationals, Phil. Great competition at Nationals, a lot of depth. You saw people fighting for these quota places, getting the wins, etc., etc. When you look at the team, it's one of our largest teams going out to a European champs. Relays are in there as well. When you're on the sidelines and you're watching it, who are the people that you've been kind of, you're tracking over the last couple of months leading into these championships? Yeah,
and it's wonderful to see so many young people as well on this team. I think there's 47 or 48 athletes, and there's also something like 42 or 43 individual personal coaches, which is wonderful to see. But yeah, we have so much talent, and as a spectator, we're going to be watching somebody in every single session, so it's going to be superb. But I suppose some of the standouts for me definitely are going to be Mark English and Cian McPhillips. They've obviously had a phenomenal season, and Cian as well last year at Worlds. Of course, I'm always going to be looking for the women's 4x4, so fingers crossed that things align there. Other hopes, Rashida obviously in the 200, she's obviously had a challenging season, but I wanted her to go out there and perform to her ability and not have that expectation, oh, you need to win a medal or you need to be automatically in the final. She's going out there to express herself. She's that ticket, I suppose, booked to get into the major champs. Now she can go and have fun and enjoy herself. At Nationals, obviously a little bit of pressure there for her. She nailed it, bit of a headwind. You've run plenty of 200s. It was a really good performance that, if you look at the European rankings, it puts her up there. Absolutely, and just to see that 22.8 on the clock, I was leaping around the sitting room seeing it, watching it at home. But to perform under that much pressure, at nationals, wind conditions weren't ideal. When she had to run a heat as well, just shortly before it, like the wind was crazy. Just watching the flag. So yeah, she's ranked in the top 12. She'll have an automatic buy straight through to the semi-final. She'll have a favourable lane as well, which is wonderful to see. But just to go out there and take the pressure off herself and enjoy it as well, because like she obviously had gone to so many championships so far. She has so many of them ahead. So yeah, I just want to see her enjoy it and not have that pressure.
Yeah, and Tom, yourself, who are you looking forward to watching next week, or where do you kind of see the opportunities?
I know we've said that the 400 and 4 hurdles is the most difficult event, but the multi-events is the one I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. Like Kate O'Connor at the moment is in with a very, like, she's probably our best medal hope, and what blows me away is, first of all, that she's able to train for 7 events consistently, but she could be genuinely world class in any of them. But it's the consistency that she has shown, and also the fact that she's really enjoying what she's doing. So yeah, I'll be glued to that 100%.
Yeah. It was interesting actually in the Commonwealths, where I think day one, if people were watching, it was so wet up in Glasgow that the shot literally slipped out of her hand, and she almost had to, like, in that moment, reframe her mindset in terms of, okay, I wanted to do a PB, it's not going to happen, but I want to win. And I think it was a real competitive streak, and you see the last couple of championships that she's competed in, she's medalled.
Yeah, and being able to do that in the heat of battle, in the heat of a competition, be able to pick yourself up when things aren't going your way and not literally get back out on the track an hour or two later is phenomenal, and that takes huge mental strength that I think people probably don't appreciate comes with the multi-events as well. And yeah, I love that sort of fierce competitive nature that she has. Like I was saying there, she enjoys it, but you can see she wants to win. She's not there to take part, and she's still very, very young in her career. And being able to stay injury free as well is tough. Like, there's a lot of events that we've been at, she is carrying some kind of a niggle, but she has to try and just hold on. Again, like you say, reframe, do what she can do without going over the top. It's it's phenomenal.
Going back to the Irish, kind of begin to put you on the spot now. We've had, like, the last couple of championships and your own championships, you helped the medal count. It's been so good over the last couple of years that I think, you know, when you look at where athletics is at in the country, it's front page stuff. You know, people on the street are talking about our athletes and they're getting excited about next week. It's fantastic to see. Like, you spoke obviously about Kate. Any other medals? How many are we looking at? Don't look at him. What was that?
In the 5K.
Yeah.
Minzy.
Keep going, go on. Stand up there, Sue is there, get up.
Mark English.
2. It's like an auction.
Going once.
So is that where we're all concurring? We're 4 medals.